Why would Portia shoot Drew?
I want some assurances first.
Oh, here we go.
First, I want Danny on the record, on Rocco's behalf, and then I will tell you all about Portia's motive.
Absolutely not. I am not going to risk my grandson's
Alexis,
freedom.
my strategy will help keep both Rocco and Danny out of trouble.
All on your word.
Alexis, I've changed, okay? I've had my come to Jesus moment. I have reflected upon myself and I have evolved. A month in captivity will do that to a man.
A month in captivity will do a lot of things to a lot of people. Most of it's not good. Portia's motive or the door?
You win. Remember the first case that I took when I came back to Port Charles?
Heather Weber's cobalt poisoning.
Yes, okay. Heather claimed that the cobalt in her hip was responsible for her crimes. So I had 2 different test results done. One from GH to check her levels and one from an independent lab to check her levels. The results came back varied.
Buried how?
Well, the independent lab showed that Heather's cobalt levels had returned to normal, which proved that Heather was no longer dangerous after the defective hip was removed.
And what did the GH test say?
They showed that they were still toxic, which implied that Heather was still violent and dangerous, and also unfit to be released. And if I had relied on GH's test results, Heather may still be in prison.
So the GH tests were altered by?
I'd imagine someone who had access to those results and somebody who had a vested interest in keeping Heather in prison.
Like the mother of one of Heather's would-be victims. Like Portia Robinson. The only reason Portia would want to alter Heather's tests would be to keep her in jail because she tried to kill her daughter. And it's perfectly reasonable for her to worry that if Heather got out of jail, she would try to hurt Trina.
That is an excellent theory.
But what is the connection to Drew? How does Portia's grudge against Heather put a gun in her hand that's pointed at Drew?
Why, indeed. Hypothetical?
Oh, you know how I love those.
Okay. Now imagine, your ex-husband has your daughter dead to rights for trying to kill a woman.
I couldn't possibly.
Then imagine that you're able to get away from this louse, and then another louse, an even worse louse comes along and is able to get a hold of the evidence that would condemn your daughter to prison.
Said louse would hold it over my head and then use it to blackmail me.
Yes, but hypothetically, what would you do to get out from under him?
Hypothetically? I would chain him up in my basement and put a ball gag in his mouth.
Failing that,
I might just have to shoot him dead.